confident of being able to, knock out someone like Shannon there to get a spot?
No, at this stage I'm just focusing on each session and trying to improve each session and trying to earn the respect of my teammates and the coaching staff. It's easy at this stage of the year to get carried away and think too far ahead towards round one, but we've got a really good bunch of defenders down there, and there's probably 8, 9, maybe 10 blokes sort of competing for the final 6, 7 spots, and it's just about putting your best foot forward on the track, and the rest will take care of itself.
Is there anything particular you've been working on to bring your game to another level?
Yeah, I've been doing a little bit of defensive work with Brad Shepherd, which has been good. He's sort of been helping me with that craft. A little bit of work with some of the taller defenders Shannon Hearn's not taller, but he can play a little bit taller at times. So the more strings you can add to your bow, and the more versatility you can sort of play within that back six, then you give yourself a better opportunity of playing week in, week out.
Alex, how similar or different is everything here to what you're used to in Brisbane?
Footy clubs, they're all fairly similar. You got 40 completely different blokes, trying to strive towards the same sort of goal, and that was the same at Brisbane. I don't like to compare too much. Each club's its own version of itself, and I've enjoyed both clubs, even though they're slightly different. And I try not to focus too much on Brisbane now, and just enjoy West Coast for what it is.
And in terms of the game plan sessions and stuff, how have you sort of found getting up to speed?
Yeah, I've found the transition quite easy. I've been able to pick up the game plan quite smoothly. The boys have been really, really good in educating on the field, and a lot of our footy sessions, as you would have seen, have been sort of based around our game plan and playing footy. There hasn't been too many laps just running around an oval. We're trying to get all our drills in, our running in drills, which has been really good. And there's still a lot of things that are quite similar to what I was used to as well.
And obviously you're playing against a lot of these guys a little bit, but in terms of getting to know them better and watching them closely on the track, is there sort of anything that sort of surprised you, or someone that's sort of...
I didn't realise how good the young crop coming through here was. I've been really impressed by those guys from sort of 21 to 24, 25, and there's been a lot of talk that this might be our last chance or whatever, but from what I've seen so far, this is a really good group going forward. And you've got guys like Oscar Allen, Liam Duggan, Tom Cole, Jake Waterman, who probably haven't got to play prominent roles within the team because there's been such good players playing their role in the past, but I think they're going to really flourish over the next sort of 12 to 24 months, given more opportunity. And I think there's a really good sort of shell of players that should keep West Coast sort of near the top of the ladder, hopefully, for the next 5 or 6 years.
Can you just detail your ideal role, Alex, within the back line? Obviously, you've got Hearn, Shepherd, two key pillars, Barras and McGovern. Do you think they saw something in you that you could add that would be a little bit different to what we've seen previously?
Yeah, hopefully I can just... as a defender, your first role, I guess, is to defend, but I want to be able to use my foot skills and help, be creative off half-back for us and try and change the angles and, be a little bit of a point of difference, just run to receive and create a bit of chaos for the opposition's defence. So I think for that role, it's about using my footy smarts and my foot skills to try and open the game up for a little bit, and then one of my other key strengths is being able to sort of read the play and work in within a back six group. So, hopefully you work really well with the offensive group and then when it's your time to attack, you can sort of open the game a little bit.
I think you said on radio you didn't feel 100% wanted when you left Brisbane. Who here's been, it's obviously a very tight-knit club, who here's helped you settle in, and how are you enjoying life in Perth?
I've loved life in Perth so far. It's such a great lifestyle. Been living in Sorrento, so I've been 2-minute walk to the beach, so after training you can go for a swim and sort of just relax and forget about footy, and then just with the transition I've been really lucky that you seem to gravitate towards your defending group because that's who you work mostly with, and Jamie Graham has been really good in trying to instill confidence in me again and get me up and going and playing to my potential, and I've felt so far what I've been able to deliver has been sort of getting me back to the player I want to be. Simo's been really good as well. He was one of the ones that was, really keen to get me across, and he's really made that transition quite smooth. And then just working with the defenders, as I sort of said, I've done a bit of work with Bunga, Shep, and pretty much all that sort of back six group, and they've been really helpful in helping me make the transition as smooth as possible, and that's what it's felt like so far.
How important will the pre-season games be for you specifically?
Yeah, they're always important because you want to hit the ground running in round one. And I think, as West Coast have seen in the last few years, every game's important to try and finish in the top four. But for me, I just find it's probably the best opportunity to try and build chemistry with your teammates, given that I get a game and whatnot. But I think it's the best opportunity to build chemistry, focus on those little things that we want to improve on for season 2021, and we want to hit the ground running in round one, ready to go, because we saw the fine line between finishing 5th and 4th, and every game sort of matters.
Did you play not just against the Eagles for Brisbane or not?
Nah, it's a funny one actually. I saw the fixture come out this year and saw that we're playing Brisbane again at the Gabba. So we haven't played, Brisbane haven't played West Coast at Optus ever, but I have played here twice against Freo in 18 and 19. So it's a great place to play footy. From what I've seen so far, conditions are always nice, which makes for a pretty skillful game of footy. Big ground, sort of quick game. So yeah, I've loved playing there when I've played there on the previous 2 occasions.
Okay, the restrictions, I guess you'll have a full crowd if you were to run out in round one.
Well, yeah, that's the hope. Talking to the boys here, they love the support they get from the West Coast supporters, and it's a really proud club with a great history and membership base. So I'd love to get out there and play in front of as many as possible, and I'd be just honoured to pull on the jumper, I guess.
You mentioned skills a couple of times. How do you feel they stack up against your new teammates?
I don't want to compare myself at all, but there's a lot of really skillful, talented players out there. I think we've got a really good balance of, your contested, hard nut players that go in and win the footy, and then that balance of inside and outside. I think there's a really good balance here of both, because you need both. But yeah, I've just watching guys like Liam Ryan at training. He's probably the most talented player that I've seen so far. Just some of the things he does on the track and in the shed, and when no one's looking, he doesn't warm up and he'll kick a barrel on his opposite foot from the junction and kick a goal. So he just does freakish things like that. And then you've got a lot of other guys that are really skillful. Shannon Hearn is one that comes to mind. Gaffy, those sort of guys. Yeah.